welcome to my channel, Learn and Earn, to live your life on your own terms. Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel, Learn and Earn Academy. And today in this video, we are going to talk about why is Modi farmer dying? Why is it so much of unrest in the country? Why is it all the farmers are angry with the government? And why is it even after Modi declaring the farmers to get double their income during his tenure, but not able to achieve what he said? Now, in this video, we are going to analyze what are the things the farmers are expecting and what Modi government can do to improve the present farmer crisis. So if you like this video, you can press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video on social media. Please help us to spread education in this beautiful world. Now, what is the present agrarian situation in India? Now, Indian farmer is being neglected. Even if it is not neglected, the farmer feels neglected. There are large-scale farmer suicides, unprecedented agrarian unrest in many parts of the country. As per Census 2011, 54.6% of India's workforce was engaged in agriculture, which only contributes 17% of the GDP. So, what does this mean? More than 50% of the people are only producing 17% of the GDP. So, the people who are employed in the field of agriculture are not producing enough income. The policies of successive governments have failed to correct this imbalance. Now, a study by Center for the Study of Developing Societies, as per March 2018 survey of 5,000 farm households across 18 states, the results show that 76% farmers would prefer to do some work other than farming. So the farmers want to move out of farming, but they have no other option. Only 10% of the poor and small farmers with average land holding of 1 to 4 acres have benefited from the government schemes and subsidies. 70% did not get any information or advice regarding farm practices from agriculture department officials. Can you imagine? 70% people did not get any information regarding farm practices from the department officials. This is what the survey says. And if it is true, it is really heartbreaking. 62% of interviewed farmers were unaware of minimum support price. 70% had not heard about direct cash transfer scheme. Now this is scary. Now I'm sure the government would certainly want to take certain actions or based on this report and what is the unrest in the country, and especially in Delhi, is for everyone to see. Now let us see what are the things which the government can do to improve this crisis. Now farmers should definitely receive expert advice by trained officials at their doorstep at the beginning of every crop season regarding all issues such as which crops to sow, the technology which they can use, the market prices which they can get, the soil fertility, irrigation. Now, agriculture extension services are not non-existent today. Now, we as individuals, as a country, and the government should ensure that the government provides them, the farmers, the basic advice on how to make and plant their crops. The second advice is trade bans on agriculture exports must be removed. Now, there are certain restrictions on India, especially on agriculture exports. And these policies keep the domestic prices low, which harms the farmers' interest. Now imagine if farmers are allowed to export their produce. Will they not get good price? Yes, they will. But because of such bans, they are not able to get good price of their produce. Farmers should have free access to global market as it will help augment income. It will help increase the income of the farmer if the market is open to the farmer. If industries can work and set up big companies in the globalized world, why can't a farmer take advantage of the same globalization and can supply and export his produce? Restrictions, if any, should be imposed only in emergencies. As for domestic trade, all restrictions on inter-district and interstate movement should be removed. We are talking about exports, but are we aware that some of these states even don't allow the farmers' produce to move from one state to the other? It is very unfortunate. This is something which we need to remove from the nation. Every farmer family must have a Kisan credit card. According to NABARD, a cumulative number of KCCs issued since inception till March 2015 is 14.64 crores, of which only 7.41 crores are operative. So just 50% of the KCC cards are operative. Now this is exactly opposite to 13.83 crore operational land holdings. So what does this mean? That many farmers are still to be covered under KCC scheme. And even if they have the card, they're not using it. So what is the problem? According to Standing Committee on Rural Development, only 10% of the projects take up under the watershed development component of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana have been completed so far. Only 10% of the irrigation projects have been completed. This is very unfortunate. Har khet ko pani, more crop per drop. The government motive to start this program was to provide irrigation facility to every crop, every field, no matter where it is located. But only 10% of these projects have taken over, which definitely needs better improvement. Now, rainwater harvesting should be incorporated in irrigation projects owing to its magnificent untapped potential. Establishment of micro, small, and medium irrigation projects like tube wells and check dams instead of big irrigation projects. Such projects should be financed entirely by the state. A Pani Panchayat should be established for every scheme, which will act as a specialized registered body responsible for the execution of irrigation projects. So, the responsibility of making an irrigation project successful should be given in the hands of the farmers to the villagers. That is why a panchayat should be formed. The panchayat will be responsible for maintenance of water channels and collecting user charges from the beneficiaries. This will help in augmentation of self-financing water management mechanism. It could also act as cross-panchayat body wherever applicable. For example, in cases where more than one beneficiary panchayat exists, under a particular irrigation project, every small and marginal farmer and every agricultural laborer above the age of 60 should receive a monthly pension of 5,000. An assured fixed income is the call of the day for the farmer. Only then the farmer would be able to sustain himself. And once he is able to sustain himself, only then he'll be able to sustain his farmland. Fertilizer subsidy should be provided to the farmers via direct benefit transfer. A separate dedicated electricity line should be extended to all farmers by state government in order to reduce their input cost and to ensure the regular supply of electricity to the farms. You can take example of Gujarat, where the government has two feeder lines, one for private consumption, for commercial consumption, and one for agriculture purposes for to the farmers. Now these two different feeder lines for getting electricity give a lot of benefits to the farmers. They are at subsidized rates, and this is why farmers progress in the state of Gujarat. There should be a separate category for entrepreneurs under the Mudra Yojana who will set up processing and storage plants for agriculture units. Basic income scheme for the Indian farmer. The main features of this scheme will be all small and marginal farmer households, including tenant and subtenant farmers, should receive basic income of rupees 6,000 per acre per crop season. Now, this is important. We need to understand a very simple concept. The farmer can make his living only if he gets an assured income. And once he gets an assured income, only then he can come forward and produce crops. This will work out to 12,000 per household per income. Farmers holding land in excess of 5 acres of irrigated land who produce disposable surplus and take advantage of the minimum support price may not be included in the scheme. For unirrigated holdings, the scheme limit could be 10 acres. The total financial burden of this scheme, which is just proposed as an idea, is likely to be 1.84 lakh crore. It could be distributed in the ratio of 17 to 30 between the center and the state. The financial burden on the center will thus be 1.29 lakh crore, less than 1% of the country's GDP. The total expenditure budget of the Government of India in 2018 is 24.42 lakh crore. It is therefore not difficult to find this money within the resources available to it with better expenditure management. However, even if this adds to the physical deficit, it will be worthwhile step because it will make the farmers happy and increase their productivity. I also recommend that there should be a one-time waiver of farmers loan up to rupees 2 lakh across India. I'm sure this video would have certainly given you a great insight on what is the farmers crisis in a country. I came across this article and I was really impressed by the kinds of suggestions which were given in this article. And I'm sure this video would certainly help to give the farmers their due. So if you like this video, you can press the like button, you can subscribe to my channel, and you can also share this video on social media. Please help us to spread education in this beautiful world. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.